Hello viewer, you may have never heard about this game. This game is obscure and was released on Xbox One, PS4, and Steam and Wii U. We talk about Xbox One port. It's a free platform made by Night Creations. It's an alternative to Super Mario Galaxy and Wii. What sets apart this one is what we'll get into after the story, but really, the story's kind of nothing, so we'll go with gameplay instead. It's pretty much a free platformer with a run, sidestepping, which is doing walls, like mainly sidestepping and use like certain moves like that. You can also jump, and you also wall jump a lot here and there, but it's kind of where you use the wall jump. But like you can crawl by pressing the down button, and then you can also crouch. But the grab is not used very often. Throwing is not used very often. Swimming is used kind of rarely in the game. Pushing is rarely ever used, like except like certain puzzles. The only move in the freeze, which is the main mechanic of the game, doesn't really get used very often. Like actually, it really ever gets used. Like you can use it to make platforms on enemies. Very similar to like some other games you've probably played previously. As I said, the game is a Super Mario Galaxy clone. Like, really is like a Super Mario Galaxy clone. But it has Rage, which is just a flying power. Like, really. That's what they only could have thought of also. But, like, yeah, it really is not that interesting. This game is kind of like a generic platformer with a couple areas that could be actually pretty decent. The one I think that is good is Chili Cool Frozen Mountain. Chili Cool Frozen Mountain is one of the best looking and best area in the whole game. Don't get me wrong, the whole area does not look bad. No, it actually looks pretty good. The freeze is used rarely in this area also, as I said previously. It's a major issue of the game, primarily the camera. The camera can be a very iffy thing to use. I don't know why, but most of the deaths you'll get in this game are camera related. Like, most of the time, I died more from the camera than the game itself. I don't know why. I think some of the challenges are just strange and not very good most of the time. And you need like 24 of them to get to the final world. There's mostly challenges that could be locked by, I don't know, golden cubes. But most of the time, you have to look around the world and look for golden cubes. The green pig coins are rarely ever used, but like you can get 10 of them for one of the golden cubes, and most of them are locked by, I don't know, the green pig coins, which you have to look around the world and find it. The game is pretty much a Super Galaxy clone and has like a lot of issues. And also you'll see signs throughout the game of the villain mocking you. I don't know why, but the villain is just like that. The villain straight up just like, oh, I'm gonna put this sign to distract you, and then put another sign to distract you from getting in items. He also does in the slide challenge. I know why. The game is just like that, I guess. But like, yeah, there is not like a lot of things to talk about in this game. But the bosses are really easy. Most of the bosses consist of pretty plain, pretty bland things, and primarily lack a lot of things. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm using the freeze. I was being an idiot, actually, right here. But, yeah, all this gameplay is recorded by me, just to show the game of its own. Like, I didn't really show a lot of the bosses, because I don't really need to, because most of them are really easy. Especially the bosses you meet on the first three worlds. Except the final boss, which is kind of, like, questionable. I don't know. I've never fought against it. Now let's talk about the music. I'm gonna be silent for a moment. Actually, the sound composition of this game can be very questionable. It is very loud. Like, extremely loud. I don't know why. But also loading times are very questionable too. But hey, let's get to the music right now. The game's music is mostly catchy, but the game doesn't have like a lot of music very often. You listen to the same tracks over and over for every game in the cube except like certain ones. There are racing challenges. But like other than that, the music's actually pretty decent and has a decent profile. But here's the thing. Most of the music in the game can be pretty general, but it's nice to listen to and pretty chill. Like primarily it is very chill. The game is only like $10, and primarily this review is really quick because the game itself has like a lot of disappointing parts in it, and yeah, I think I can really quickly go to a conclusion at this point. Here's the outro. This game's definition of a 6 out of 10. It's not amazing, but it's just a good platformer. Its camera needs a lot of work. Its major flaws make it feel like a clunky N64 platformer despite being on a Gen 8 console. This game is only $10 and that's good value. That's the end of the review. Hope you enjoyed the video.